Yo, what's up people? Today I'm gonna talk about my account here, how I made 11.4k today. And before I start this video, I'm gonna also show my stats and everything proof. But before I start my video, please hit that like and subscribe button if you did it at the start. So do me a favor and just do it right now. Alright, if you did it right now, we can start. Let's go to my chart here. I started off the daily at first. We saw that huge drop. That was kind of a manipulation drop to get here some sell side liquidity. We took out this sell side liquidity here from a previous day low. And so y'all can't see anything right now, but if we go to the lower time frame, to the 4-hour, here I saw this huge massive drop here, and the next way it could reverse is here on this 4-hourly order block. Then I went to the 1-hour, and on the 1-hour I marked out the 1-hourly order block, which we tapped in, and after that we just built some structure to go long. So I used the point of 3 here and the market maker model, so that's the market maker buy model here. And we got that accumulation. No, the accumulation was here. The accumulation, that big manipulation, and now the distribution leg comes in. So I want to look for any longs. I started today in Asia session. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Asia session starts for me at here 0-0. So right here Asia session started, and why I took this long here, which I get stopped out break even, but I took this one here because if we go to the hourly, we can see here, hey, bearish fair value gap. This one gets inversed because we got a candle close above, and then we got a retracement and to be moved up higher, so that's kind of a continuation to go way more up. And I saw also this huge bearish fair value gap, but I just ignored it because we tapped in once. But of course it's gonna have another reaction, but it's still gonna go retrace higher somewhere around here and then drop once time more and then go all the way up. So yeah, that's why I looked for a continuation entry. Here I saw that volume gap here. Sometimes it's not tapping inside it and just ran up straight to the upside. That's why I took some entries here, but I lost some trades around here. And yeah, very nice trade was after it tapped in here. I took a long. My stop loss was on break even after we went all the way up, and my TP was all the way up here. Why here? Because that's a end fair value gap of a 15-minute fair value gap. So why did I take this end fair value gap here? Because you can see here on the 15-minute bearish fair value gap we tapped in once. That means that fair value gap is for me not valid anymore, so I'm gonna ignore this fair value gap here and use the end of the fair value gap, because there comes a retracement. I'm gonna talk about this later. Let's hop on to the next one here. Alright, if we go to the 5-minute, like on this whole continuation here, London session started for me at 9 AM. Now looked here for any trades. So after coming all the way up here and not hitting my TP and reversing is because we got here a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We tapped in here once and then we reversed back down, and then I just looked on the 1-minute time frame here for a SMT. I saw I saw here on this low we swept it on ES but not here on NQ, so that's SMT, and I entered off straight away because my bias is still a continuation bullish trade. So just trade with the bias, and I went long here, and my TP was still the same, the end of the 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, and where did I short it? So I shorted straight after, like we're hitting this end fairly gap here, and I shorted straight after. I'll go to the 10-second, and I want a inverse fairly gap, so we don't get here a inverse, not here, but we got here a nice inverse fairly gap. But I wanted to see kind of a retracement, and that was the retracement, so I entered those straight away here. But then unhappily it just had a lot of push to the upside. But yeah, then my stop was here 5.5. London session tick value isn't that big, that's why 5.5, and my TP was the first sell side liquidity, of course. Here, the first bearish sell side liquidity after tapping into this 15-minute fair value gap. So after tapping here, y'all can just see the last low, and that's my TP. But this trade took so long. I waited so long for this trade, and I need to manage my stop loss also, because that trade is still valid even if we are accumulating here. It's just because of the volume of the London session. I was waiting here, we got that buy side liquidity which got turtle souped, and then we dropped all the way down. That was one of my trades. I'm gonna show you all the proofs on my entries. And so let's go to the next trade here. Why does it here stands change of character? Because on the 5-minute we just inversed a 15 on the 15-minute we just inversed a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. That means we're bearish now, after we're still in this huge bearish fair value gap. So that's the first 15-minute fair value gap which get inversed. Not here, not here, not here. Yeah, that means we're bearish, but I still looked for a long trade because we're still have a bullish bias right now of that huge displacement to the upside. So yeah, I looked here for the 1 minute. I saw a huge displacement. Wait. So we came all the way back down, and I looked here for a, I think, I looked exactly the same thing. I went for a 10-second chart again, because that's the end of a 15-minute fair value gap which got used here, but the end is still valid. So after that, going to the 10-second, you can see after tapping here in, we got here a inverse fair value gap. But why didn't I enter it off straight away? Because we still got that huge bearish displacement, so I was not that confident in this trade. I didn't enter it right here, and then we dropped in once, twice, and then after having a little displacement here and dropping back down, I looked for an entry somewhere around here, and luckily I just had a very nice entry around here. And then we just distributing all the way up. My TP was the end fair value gaps, again a 15-minute end fair value gap and a 5-minute end fair value gap. You can see it because it could potentially reverse from there again. Yeah, but what the market did is it just came all the way back down. I thought this was a turtle soup, but my stop loss was a break even, and then it just stopped me out. And then I was waiting for another trade, and because we're still in that huge 1 hourly order block here, I still see a potential sell, a manipulation, because we had here lots of liquidity which we built up in London session. So I knew. I also had a screenshot. I'm always doing screenshots before and after. Which trade was this? Yeah, here. So just watch, everybody can watch my channel under chicken, and then you'll see I'm sending screenshot before a trade happening and then after. So I entered just right here on the turtle soup. Why? Because I still used exactly the same model which I use every time, the wick off model. First buy side liquidity which gets taken, After we tapped here into this hourly fair value gap, first buy side liquidity and the second buy side liquidity gets taken. That's the turtle soup for me. I entered here after a 10-second inverse fair value gap, and then here that's on TOPSTEP, and then we just shorted all the way down. $5K on this trade on a 50K express account. Yeah, so this was this trade here. That was, I think that was my biggest trade, or maybe my second biggest trade. Nah, that was my biggest trade of the day. So let's go to the 10-second and then just wait until we hit that buy side liquidity. And then y'all can see I'm just going for that 10-second inverse. Then had a inverse fair value gap here. Or maybe I took it a bit earlier on this one. Yeah, sometimes I just go after a first bearish candle, but it's riskier, but the volume wasn't that big here. But on New York session I mostly go for an inverse fair value gap because the volume there is like really fast. Then yeah, after we just started dropping all the way to the downside, and after my first TP was around here on this end fair value gap, but then I changed my mind because we got that huge bearish displacement, and then I got a new TP. I looked at the 1 hourly. We got here sell side liquidity, and here sell side liquidity, and this order block here. Order block acts as magnet, as everybody know. Yeah, and then I just marked out this 1 hourly order block, and what happened is we tapped all the way in there. That was my TP, and then from there on I wanted to look for a long position because that's a huge manipulation move. So accumulation again, accumulation, loss of sell side liquidity, manipulation, now the distribution leg to the upside. But I knew this distribution leg is gonna be a bit more volatile than the others, so I just went to the 1 minute, and then I saw this huge displacement to the downside, and because we still came all the way down, we had here a end fair value gap, and we have here some huge buyers. Can y'all see in this week, like came down here and then huge buyers around here. Then that's why I entered around here. I went to the, I think it was 5-second. Yeah, I went off this candle here long, then got my stop 10 points, and then my TP was all the way to the upside here. Why to the upside? Because accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That was my second trade. This was also like something like 5K or something like that. And then what happened is I saw this 15-minute fair value gap here to the upside, which didn't got used, and I saw a little retracement out of that. So let's mark out, like, we got that fair value gap here, and we marking out the end of the fair value gap also, which is mostly gonna be a turtle soup. Alright, then I'll just go to the 10-second, and what I want to see is, again, we had a huge displacement to the upside. It's kind of a little manipulation move to the upside, and then I want to see a like a 10-second inverse fair value gap mostly. But in this case is because we're inside this 15-minute fair value gap, and we got that huge 10-second fair value gap here. I thought it's gonna push us one time more and took this buy side liquidity here out. So I went to the 5-second here, and then I just entered off right here. I'm entering off the first bearish candle, but I'm waiting mostly one candle after, and then I'm just entering. And that was a nice entry. Okay, no, not that nice, because we still got that one more manipulation move, but y'all can see after inversing this 10-second fair value gap, we shouldn't come up here again. That's why my stop loss is right there, almost 10 points. And yeah, those entries are real. I really took them. Maybe I can show y'all. No, not this one. Wait, which trade did we got? A short. Yeah, it was this one here, inside this 15-minute fair value gap here. My entry just right here. My stop around here. My TP again. The first sell side liquidity, like no risk there. There is no risk. Like after going inside here, the 15-minute fair value gap, I'm marking out the low before tapping inside this 15-minute fair value gap, and that's gonna be the first sell side liquidity, which I'm gonna take profit of. Or I could have taken here, but sometimes it just don't want to go down. So yeah, but this time it did. We did both sell side liquidity, this one here and this one here. And yeah, I also took one short buy here, little buy, because we're still bullish after this little retracement. I saw, let me make this bigger. I saw this inverse fair value gap gets inversed. Yeah, that's kind of a change of character or market structure for me. And then tapping in down again, I just went for a short trade here. I went long around here somewhere, and then my TP was on this inverse fair value gap here, and my stop was some kind of a 1.5 or something like this. Yeah, a little short scalp, and that was like also like 1k or something. And now coming to my stats here. Okay, let me show you all the executions first. Here a little trade, 1k. This here is also like 2k from here to here. And then this huge long opportunity from here to here. Then that huge sell from here to here. And then that Asia session trade, which I got stopped out, break even around here before moving all the way to my TP, which I marked out. That's so fucked up. I will be like on 50k day or something like that. Yeah, and then took here trade, short, long, here fully long position. Yeah, that's all. Here are my stats from today. 11k, gain 18,000, lost 6,500 on entries. Yeah, lots of people told me like 170 trades, bro, what the fuck. No, those are just the contracts, because I needed to enter a lot of contracts because I traded M and Q at first, and then I could have changed to NQ, because my total drawdown is 2,000 and I can't risk like fully 2 contracts in trades, or else I'm gonna blow my account. So I started off slowly, as you guys can see here. I started off slowly. I lost a lot at the start, but just little losses. Started off slowly, scalping, loses. Then made some TPs here, and then lost again. Made some TPs, and then the long session start kicks in. Lots of volume, make some profit, lost it again, made some profit, lost it, made some profit. But y'all can see my risk to reward, right? Like way more bigger risk to reward than my losses. And then here, New York session made me so much money, and yeah, I think that's it. Today it was kind of a different day, like not how I will be trading. Like I'm trading normally 3 trades max per day, but this day I just saw nice opportunities, and then because I didn't care about the money, because I was in profit at first, like 1.5k, and I thought I'd just risk it like today. But on the next breakdown, y'all can see just 3 trades per day. Stick to your strategy, and that's it. Alright, y'all have a nice day. Thanks for listening. That was it. See you next time. Ciao.